the exception.
Hi there, I'm Darren Hardy, and if you are unfamiliar, I have written a few books as a New York Times bestselling author, published Success Magazine for nearly a decade, and advise and mentor top CEOs and high-performing entrepreneurs across the globe. And I am delighted that Alvaro and Rafael invited me to come keynote your Fusion Biotech Alumbra event taking place June 21st and 22nd, 2019 in Quito, Ecuador. I've spent the last 25 years having direct access to the most successful people on the planet. And at your annual event, I am going to share some of the most important discoveries that I've made about how to create extraordinary success. Part of what I will cover is this. 1, how to win every time. The #1 strategy to achieve any goal and triumph over everyone else around you. Even if you start out without having any experience or skill, how you can still win every time. Next, we will eliminate the mistakes most people make that derails them from achieving their goals. Most people are completely unaware of what these errors are, and it's costing them and their dreams. But we'll fix it for you together. Then next, on top of all that, you'll learn how to keep your team and yourself motivated to do the things that you don't feel like doing. The real key to driving and keeping motivation, not the stuff that you read about in books or on Facebook. And then, the acceleration secrets used by superachievers. Do they have an unfair advantage? You bet they do, and now you will too. For those who have seen this training, they call it life-changing, and I know it will have the same experience on you as well. So register now and join me and your Fusion leaders in Quito, Ecuador. I can't wait to give those who show up the success advantage that they have been looking for to help you achieve your big dreams. I'll see you there.
Ladies and gents, this is the moment you've waited for. You've been searching in the dark, your sweat soaking through the floor.
It's fire, it's freedom, it's flooding open. It's a picture in the pulpit and your blind devotion. There's something breaking at the brick of every wall. It's holding all that you know. So tell me, do you want to go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night? Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. We light it up, we won't come down, and the sun can't stop us now. Watching it come true, it's taking over you. Colossal we come, these renegades in the ring, where the lost get found, every crown of the circus king. Don't fight it, it's coming for you, running at you. It's only this moment, don't care what comes after. It's blinding out, shining anything that you know. Just surrender 'cause you're coming and you want to go where it's covered in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, intoxicating you. It's everything you ever want, it's everything you ever need, and it's here right in front of you. This is where you wanna be. This is the greatest show. It's coming in all the colored lights, where the runaways are running the night. Impossible comes true, it's taking over you. This is the greatest show.
Good night, everyone. First, I want to welcome you all to FuXion Leadership Academy. For those who doesn't know me, my name is Edwin Jr. Olan. I'm leader X for the company. and I'm gonna be your host for tonight. Okay. First, I know I have an accent, and I'm original from Puerto Rico. I lived about 10 years in the U.S. If you don't understand anything I say, just ask. You can put just the questions on the chat here, or you just if you ask something and I don't understand what you're saying, I'm just gonna ignore you. I'm just gonna say yes and say yes. I'm gonna smile, say yes, and I'm just gonna ignore you. Okay. So first, uh, let me thank you to be here. Okay, if you're part of the family, if you're part of the FuXion family, and you're here today, it's because you care. Okay, you care about your company, you care about your business, you care about your people, and I just want to say thank you. Be here and learn and get all this information for you and for your team. All right. If you're a guest, thanks for being here. Thanks to open your mind for a great opportunity. Thanks for your time. I always say that money always comes and goes, but time is precious. So thanks again, be here. Okay. I'm really excited. I don't know if you can feel it or you can see it. I'm kind of jumpy, so I'm sorry for that. I'm really excited because we're going to talk about a theme, a topic that is really important for me, and that's Alumbra. Alumbra is one of those topics that I'm really passionate about it. Because it's an amazing event. If you don't know what Alumbra is our annual event convention where everyone meets. And when I say everyone, I mean like everyone from around the world, all the FuXioners from around the world. They just meet in a one place. Normally in South America. This year was in Quito, Ecuador. It was an amazing event. It was so good that we just prepared this space, this spot for you, so you can learn. We're gonna try to transmit all the energy, all the power, all I don't know. It's so amazing that I don't have the words to tell you how good it is. It's like trying to explain you a book in like an hour, and that's not possible. So, and the good thing is today is ladies' night. Okay, we have three amazing ladies that they're gonna be talking. I always have this theory about Alumbra and about the business. Okay, in my last 3 years of experience on this business, I always said that it's Alumbra do not guarantee your diamond, but I haven't met a diamond who missed an Alumbra, and these ladies here are in the right path. You know, they know what they're doing. They've been there. They learn. They experience what it is to be a leader, and they I don't know how you say main leadership from their pores. You know, you're gonna hear about them, and you're gonna see and you're gonna hear their pure leadership there. So the first person who's gonna be here, I don't want to say anything wrong, so I'm gonna look at my points here. So like I say, today is ladies' night, and the first one who's gonna talk here tonight, she's a senior entrepreneur for the company. She's a super mom and a grandmom with 20 plus years experience as a natural wellness therapist. She started this business with her daughter about 4 months ago, and together are leading Puerto Rico and Orlando, Florida markets. Today, she's going to share us how was that experience of Alumbra and some of the insights of this event and some of her. Actually, we're going to tweak her mind on this tonight, right? So please help me to welcome Betsy Morales.
Hi. Thank you and welcome. My name is Betsy, and I'm so glad that I went to Alumbra with all of you and my daughter. It was the best experience ever. It was way beyond of what we were expecting. I've been working with other network marketing, and their conventions were totally different from ours. On this one, it really showed us as just a distributor, and those who want to become leaders, like the ones that were presenting the event, that we are really in a solid company, growing and producing millions. And tonight I will be reading most of my notes, because we had a lot of information, and we really want to share and express all our emotions with you. First of all, the company. The company proved us that our founders has a very powerful influence, not just in their country, but later on we will explain this situation with our conference, and we were ready to meet Darren Hardy, and there was a legal situation that the company overcome everything, and they made this possible. They really made what it was impossible to be possible. And from there on, we learned that the structure is designed to earn income. It doesn't matter in which path are you, in which length or rank of this big stair that the company provides us. So it doesn't matter your background, your lifestyle, your profession, it fits perfectly for you. Either we can be leaders, we can be salesmen in there. We do sell health. We sell emotional good situations, and we sell financial stability. From our leaders, we learn that even before Alumbra, we learn from them how to be humble, how to be a leader to serve your downlines. In our case, and I will tell you about our case, thanks to Edwin, since we got into the airport in Ecuador, we were picked up by our diamond, who went way over his comfort to pick us up personally and took us to a safe place so we can go and drive to our apartment. But from there on, for the following day, he arranged us tours. He took us home to his house with other leaders from Ecuador, the biggest diamonds from the company, for us to have mentoring and mastery, especially with them. Like in this case, we see Danely, and we learn a lot from Polita, but not just her. We had over 10 leaders, big ranks, diamonds, and they show us how they made a lot of mistakes, so we can learn from those mistakes, and we don't have to do that. We already learned from them. And then they show their experience with us, and especially they learn how they became success after all their mistakes, after doing things that they were not supposed to, after going back to zero and going up to the position they are. And that's what that we really said, okay, hello, we can go back home. We already had our pre-Alumbra in Paul's Chegaray's house with Edison and many of others diamonds. From there on, we learn at that point that the leaders, as I said, are humble, they are accessible, they look for the interest of their downlines, and they made us feel special and share with us everything that from now on will become our guidelines to be leaders just like them. It's not an easy path, but it's not difficult. And from day to day, from hour to hour, if we get up just thinking, and I want to share my secret. I've been wearing the shirt. I've been wearing the Alumbra shirt because I can't get off of that spirit. We got so excited, and maybe when you go back home with other routines and all your responsibilities, most of us, and some, they have to go back to work and to their normal life, back to their family who they still don't believe in FuXion. Wear your shirt and you feel back those emotions, and you see those pictures that we're sharing right now, and it tells us that we are in the right path. We just have to work for it. From there, we learn to be successful And we first have to ask ourselves, what is my purpose in FuXion? What is my purpose in life? And from there, what is my purpose in FuXion? And how can I become like those leaders? Choose a mentor. Try to ask that person, how did you do it? How good did you do? How bad did you go? So I can learn from you, and I can maybe speed up. Some of those leaders, most of them, the most famous of them, it took them 15 years, 13, 10, 9, 8 years. And maybe by learning from their experience and holding our guts, we can speed up that position, and maybe 2, 3 years, what they had to go from 5 to 10 years, and open the market that most of the people already know. Even one person in this place knows, okay, go and make sure that more people knows about the company, and prove yourself how serious are you compromised with this company. Another thing is that we learned that the company offers a holistic life, taking care of our physical, emotional, financial health. We learned from Milena, who's from Colombia, that we have to invest first in us. You have to grow. You have to stand up. You have to get rid of all the bad habits that maybe stop you from growing at this point. Maybe we've been working with FuXion and we haven't speed up as much as we wanted or we should. It's because we have habits that right now stop us, that it might create a bad atmosphere with other cross lines. Maybe you're trying to push up and prove other people that since you have a better rank, you can get into a higher level or lifestyle, and then you get into a lot of debts, and then you go all back to bankruptcy, and you get into a worse condition or worse financial condition than before, and then you blame the company. Those things Milena mentioned, that we have to stand up and check where are we, what are we doing, how good can we grow in a daily basis. We also need to take care of our business. Our business is my responsibility. It's your responsibility. It's not your outlines. It's not your leader responsibility to take care of your presentations, home meetings. Oh, I can't do because my leader couldn't go to a home meeting with me this week. It's telling us to take care of our business, and we have to do it on a daily basis. Not expect to, at the end of the month, at our 4 weeks, check what happened to our business and why on Thursdays we didn't get a better check than before. And it's because we really need to take care of our business on a daily basis. We need to help our downlines, because once we start sharing the product, we have to take care of our customers. I want this one over here. And we have to become leaders, because once we have customers, we will also have people that will be interested in the company, and those will become our downlines, and they are our responsibility. We have to help them grow. We have to help them be independent, and we need to make sure that they're running the business as Alvaro and the high rank ones, so we can have a better performance as distributors, and our downlines work as the company is expecting, so we can all grow at the same path and grow in a stable length. Also, we need to read. We need to make sure that we take masteries. We need to go to a person who will be our mentor within the company or not. And so we can become successful leaders. And we have to listen to audios to develop that leadership on us. We really have to challenge ourselves every single day. Try every product and share it with people. The worst thing that we can do is not use our product and then have a customer wondering, how does the product taste? And you have no clue. or is good. Maybe since most of us are just new in the company, and we may have not much testimonies or experience on ourselves. It's good for us to take care of our customers and talk about how other people, like in the case of Elisandra, you can say that Elisandra lost 120 pounds, detoxing her body and changing her lifestyle as the company promotes. Other thing that we learn on those days, we learn from Erigamio how to take care of the momentum. We learn how to take advantage that there's a tendency now everywhere. Everybody's taking care of themselves. They are they are more plant-based eaters. They are switching into healthy beverage, organic drinks, and we are on that tendency. Also, people are asking on how to make more money out of it, how to live a better life. There's many companies offering some or most of our convenience, financial convenience. But when you really check how this company, how the structure works, it is so easy that it is so easy for us to share with other persons, and they can follow our system, our structure, and our lifestyle. The business is also innovating. It doesn't matter how bad situations or how the crises are around us. FuXion is innovating their paying system, their growing system, their products, the quality of the product, and most of us have, or you can have plenty conviction that you're sharing something that it will work in the three aspects of their life. Networking is a very simple system. All you have to do is to use what you're trying to sell, and then you share it and you sell it to other people. You teach people how to do exactly what you're doing, and you make sure by your leadership that you'll be duplicated. And the more you do it, you don't have to, and that's what he was saying, that don't worry about the ranks. Don't worry to be a diamond or such rank so high above you when you're just starting. Because if you just follow their simple tests, if you're just following their simple steps, that will help you to either soon or later, depending on your growth, depending on your conviction, and depending on how good do you work in a daily path, you will grow and you will have good income. I see that the screen changed. Am I over the 15 minutes? No. Elisandra? Okay. I'm sorry, is that I have a lot of information here. The company told us, yes, thank you, is that I'm just looking at Edwin and I don't know if it's his time to talk. Other thing that we learn is to have a professional projection, and that will help us a lot with other people. Get rid of bad habits. Make sure that you don't need other people approbation. If the people will talk bad about the company, they will pinpoint whatever problem they had in the past. They will make comments about your products, they didn't like it, or there's so many of them. What's the difference? How FuXion is going to be different from other companies that have been before? I don't have time. I don't like it. I don't sell. I can't invest. I have no money. Your family is going to push you down. You have no skills. Look at the people. You don't even look like them. I don't think you will ever be like them. And that's one of the presentations that really impacted everybody, because most of us, we still have traumas from our childhood. we have bad habits from our childhood that they will affect our growth in the business. So they're telling you to get rid of all that bad habits and get rid of yourself and reburn, re-educate yourself, follow the good leaders so you can keep up. And the difference between FuXion is the vision, and they will help you to get into the business so you can earn and you can change your life and you live and construct your own dream, establish a goal and follow the steps to reach. The good thing about the company, and I was telling my leader Edwin, is that FuXion is just numbers. If you want to get into one number, into one position, all you have to do is check on that month, divided by the 30 days or 28, from the 29 to the 31 days that we have in the month, and that's the number that you have to make in a daily basis, and then you will make it. Plus the support of our leaders. As I said, forget about the ranks, build your growth in a daily basis. Connect, very important, connect with customers. This is not just about a product and a person. It's you build your business when you really get with anybody from the street. You might be like Paul. Paul told us that he moved with his wife knowing nobody, just them two. And from there they became, and they had a rank. By talking to everybody. It doesn't matter. You might not know anybody. You might be antisocial, or your kind of job kept you in an office where you can't be talking to anybody. So you have to talk to the cashier when you go to the bank, especially when you start doing the business. And that's what they told us, that one of them said that they would not pay attention to whatever to whatever he used to say. Hey, this is FuXion. I'm selling products. This is what I do for a living, and I'm a leader of the company. But it's not until he started taking big checks and bigger checks and bigger checks, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? What is FuXion? And that's when a lot of people went to his business with him. And I'm so excited. I'm sorry. I thought that I won't be able to get to the 15 minutes. I have like 15 to 20 pages more to say, but I'll let at this time. Edwin, are you going to present Andie? You are. Oh, okay, I am. So Andie says that her name is Andie Henrich, and she's been working over 25 years, and that's her experience in the corporate world. And she's a vice president of digital transformation in a multinational IT company. And however, I want to start building my additional income to be able to leave the company to stay with her kids. And she just started 2 months ago with FuXion, and she's based out of New Jersey. She's a mom, and she's a good friend. There you go, Andie.
Thank you, Betsy. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, all there? Okay, so there you can see me there. Are you going to put the video of Ellie when I was like dancing and doing some silly stuff on stage? You want to do that first? Oh my God. I'm the ridiculous one with a thing on my head. Okay, so that everybody, that is just to introduce that, that is MoveX. That is something that is coming to the US. Actually, it's something new. It's going to be coming to all the countries, but that is coming to the US, and it's got what we call a movement within the movement, as we define FuXion as the movement, but that is going to be movement within the movement. So that is something that we're going to be seeing here in the US soon. It's part of what's coming new for FuXion, and it's gonna be some for those of you who are familiar with Zumba. That's gonna be our version of Zumba. That's gonna be our Zumba, our own patented dancing. Yeah, that's me too. So you see that's Alberto Zuniga and Daphne. So we're gonna be doing those Zumba stuff thing for FuXion. So I would like to start, and I would like to cover actually a couple points that Betsy was already talking about, but to me, those are the most relevant things. And as some of you know, so as Betsy was saying, let me start from the very beginning. I have a solid career in the technology industry, but one of the main things that concern me is what's going to happen to me, and most importantly to my kids when I get to retire. So I was born in Argentina, and I lived in Brazil for 10 more years, and moved here to the U.S. 5 years ago. So I was shocked when I realized that, hey, listen, when I retired, I have no more money coming into my pocket. So what are we going to do? And sending my kids to college. One of my kids is my daughter is 15. It's going to be 15, and my other kid is 8. So I have a long way to go to college. And then I realized, wow, college is like $30K a year. Okay, good. So how in heaven am I going to make that happen? So one of the things that had moved me into this kind of business was the fact that, number one, I want to be able to go through my retirement without so much pain in terms of financial pain. And the second one is I really want to enjoy my kids while I have them. So my current job in the corporation does not allow me to do that. Actually, it allows me to travel and to get to know a lot of places, but I want to travel when I want to and where I want to, and not what the company sends me to. So that's the main reason why I joined this. And the catch part was build your full health, including in that full health, your financial health. And that was the catchy part for me. I don't know what it was for you, but that was the part for me. So I would like to cover some parts as I've been to Alumbra, and I've been experiencing the whole thing. And let me tell you, I mean, besides being Latin American and besides being a woman, I was very emotional there. I cried. And honestly, coming from a corporate world, I was like, I'm not gonna be crying here. What are you talking about? I ended up crying and crying a lot. Elisandra can tell you, and Betsy can tell you, I was like crying. And Edwin, I was crying like hell. And I was like, I wouldn't believe myself. Why would I cry in a corporate event? I'm like, what are we talking about? Never did that in my private life. So these were the kind of things that really touched me, right? And I would like to share that with you. So I would like to start by telling you the why. So why FuXion? Why now? Why doing it? Why being on it? So again, as many of you know, I started a couple months ago when in the US, we were running out of the product. So basically, to put it in simple words, I joined this company, but actually I didn't even try the product like in fully range. Like I tried like Vita and on and off. And that was it. 3 products. Actually at Vita, I tried it in Ecuador. I tried on, off, and passion. And with those 3 products, I said, I'm in. So what makes you get in there? That's the first thing that I would like to address. Like, what makes you fall in love with FuXion? If you just hear, yeah, FuXion, so what about that? Well, FuXion, let me try it. And when you try it, like the same way I'm having it here, and you're like, wow, what is this? And that is exactly what's happening when we carry a bottle all over the places. Like, carry it to the gym, I carry it to the office. This and my pack with my pouch with all the sticks, and people just ask, just what is that? And would you like to try? And when people try, you actually fall in love with it. So what is the first why that I would like to show you? The first why is the product. So we have an amazing product in our hands, and no matter if you try them all or if you try just one of them, most probably you're gonna fall in love with it. And that's the first thing. That's the first catch. We are not here dealing with Tupperwares. We're not dealing with jewelry like most of the American people do here. We're just here dealing with something that you're already consuming, as Betsy said, and you're consuming it in your day to day, and you need to keep consuming it because it's liquid, it's water, and you are going to have water, or you're going to have a tea or coffee, which is even worse, or sodas or whatever it is, but you need to keep consuming liquid. So you're just consuming your liquid, and it's in a healthier version, and you're going to have to keep consuming it. So that's the first catch, is the product. And it's great, it tastes well, and it smells well, And that's the first thing. If you're going out there and you're taking your bottle with you and you're taking your sticks with you, people are going to say, hey, that smells really good. What is it? That happened to me at the gym. That happens to me at airports. That happens to me in the street. Even at Starbucks, when I take this and I don't have any coffee and I go to Starbucks just taking my water bottle and they're like, what are you doing? That's a good one, by the way. You're like Starbucks and everybody's with the Starbucks cups and you're like this, and I just come here to meet my friends and they're like, what are you drinking? That's the obvious question. That's a tip. Like, do that more often. That's gonna be a good one. So that's the first thing. The first why. Why FuXion is because of the product. The product is simply awesome, and there's just no other way around it. It is something that you're gonna keep consuming. It is something that is good, and it's something that is good for your health. So the number two thing, and the number two why, I would say is the company. And the company is freaking amazing, and it is fun because not at all times you can say, listen, I joined this company because the company by itself is amazing, or the culture of the company is amazing. But Betsy already went through the culture. Let me tell you a little bit about the company itself from a business perspective, from my perspective, from a business person perspective. So in terms of the multi-level marketing companies, FuXion has a particularity that they started like 9 or 10 years ago. It is not an old company. It's not an Avon. It's not a Natura. It's not a Herbalife. They started 9 years ago. And in 9 years, in 2018, their revenue, the annual revenue, was $140 million only in Latin America. So yeah, you heard me right. I mean, we're not talking about the U.S. The U.S. wasn't even there. By 2015, they were already surpassing the $100 million without the U.S. So guys, let me break it to you. We are really the pioneers here. We have to make this happen. There's no way we don't make it happen. We're here in the virgin territory of the MLMs, and we're the first ones. So hello, it's up to us. If we make it happen or not, it's up to us. It is totally up to us. So we're talking about a company that I was talking to Eric Gamio, and he was like, this is the Shakira of the MLM. So this is a Latin American company that arrives to the US that has such a strong product, that has a group of people that are starting to work on this, and we can make it happen. Like, how amazing is that? Mm-hmm. So, hello? Sorry. Someone has a question? Am I speaking too fast? I do speak fast. Good to go? Okay. So I was saying, the company is the second why, and it's an amazing company as an MLM. Proud to say I'm from Latin America as well. I'm living here. I'm positioning the company here, and let me tell you, it's not really hard. It's not hard at all. It's first of all, it's the product. Second of all, is the technology behind it, is the biotechnology behind it, and whatever you read about it. It's for the American people, for this market. They just can simply believe how biotechnology is working, and it's working for the health, and it's bringing us this product. So again, we're talking about a company that was based out, that is founded in Peru. It started in Peru. Is now generating more than $140 million, and is on the top 10 of the multi-level marketing companies. It's just simply amazing from a business perspective. It's just simply amazing. The other thing that is kind of attached to the product is the price point. And this is simply just, I would say, hilarious. Like, how would it be hard for us to position a product that is healthy, that you need to drink, because I was saying, you need liquid, and it's cheaper than a Coke, and 10 times or 100 times or 1,000 times healthier. So there's no way that someone can tell you, listen, I can't afford it because it's too expensive. Excuse me, BS. You can definitely afford it, because if you don't afford this, you're definitely going to buy some Coke or some other soda, or going to buy some other juice that has like these tiny packs of juice that my kids were consuming. These Honest juice, or these, I don't remember the name, but these like grapefruit juice and whatever, they have like 30 grams of sugar per package. And they're like this size, like less than 100 milliliters. Now, one stick of FuXion, you're supposed to be sold in 200 milliliters or 180, but 200 milliliters. That's what your body can take with all the extract. And it's much more than those little juices. And those little juices are really crap for your kids. So the price point is really not something that, it's something that nobody can argue about. It's just definitely like BS. If someone can tell you, no, I cannot afford it, you just do the math. Just grab the grocery list, do the math, and you will see how, if they are not paying for healthy juices or healthy stuff, they're going to pay for the same fruits to do smoothies, or for the same other veggies to make a salad, and just say, listen, with these, you're crossing from your list, the grocery list, you're crossing this product, and this product, and you have it all in here. So that would be like very attached. The price point is really attached to the product and how good the product is and the price point. So we already covered the product, the price point, and the company. Let me go to the third one, actually, which is the timing. Just a second. When we're talking about timing, and Betsy covered something about this, we're in 2019, and when we were in Alumbra, Eric was making like jokes about this, but it's absolutely true. And if you have kids like I do in this age, in this range, it's hilarious. Like when I was 8 years old, I was asked, what would you like to do when you grow up? And I was like having these like huge leads, right? Like I was like, I'm gonna be a pianist, I'm gonna be a policeman, I'm gonna be helping the elders and doing this and this. And I'm gonna be a Girl Scout. I'm gonna be blah blah blah. And I have like a long list, right? But at our time, and I'm 46, when I was 8, our ideas of where you're gonna be when you grow older, it's gonna be like basically lawyers or doctors or engineers or economists or something like that. Even in my case, that I ended up doing technology, it was like, wow, what do you think you're gonna do in technology? So it was really weird. Like there was a small amount of people like not doing those things, and those were the weirdos, right? There was like a small amount of people not following the traditional careers, and those were the ones that basically was saying that our family were looking at us like, are you sure gonna succeed in your life? Because you want to be successful, you gotta be a doctor. Now you ask your kids, and my son wants to be a YouTuber, or my daughter wants to be a marine biologist. I don't even know what that is, but anyway, she wants to be that. So times are changing, and preferences are changing, and everything around us is changing. So what used to be cool before is like when I was studying, when I was in college, it used to be cool if you smoke. You were smoking, you were cool. And I remember like actually the password for me to get into the apartment of my mate in college, it was like showing the package of Marlboro. If we're showing that, I was saying, hey, I have cigarettes, so I can get into the room so we can study all together because I have my cigarettes. I'm not gonna be borrowing yours. So that used to be cool. It used to be cool if you got drunk, because I wanted to show my friends that I was like old enough to drink. So when I was 15 years old, I got drunk, and I was like, I'm so cool, I'm drunk. So those things are changing now. And if I talk to my daughter, I'm like, go ahead, try the wine. My daughter is like, she's 15, and she's like, why would I try the wine? I know I'm not going to like it. But I don't know, just try it. I don't want to try it. I want to try it. So it's just, things are so different. And that's the right moment for FuXion. Why? Because if you were talking about 10 years ago and you were talking about being a vegetarian, you would have like people would be looking at you like, what the heck are you talking about? You don't eat meat? Like, what? You're gonna die. But that was the first point, right? You don't eat red meat, you don't eat fish, you don't eat food, you don't eat meat, and you're gonna die. I mean, you're gonna be an anemic. Vegan proteins from vegetables? What? That's not enough. You're gonna be anemic. You're gonna be anorexic. You're gonna be whatever. But no, it's true. You can actually live and being vegan and be really healthy. And you cannot eat meat and be really healthy. And that's the good thing. As Eric was putting out very cool examples when we're saying, I mean, it used to be cool to have a coffee, or if you go to Starbucks and pick up, that used to be a moment of glory, right? And you can order from your app. By the way, my company developed that app. You can order via your app in Starbucks, and you get to Starbucks and you get in there, and everybody's doing the line, right? Everybody's in the line to grab the coffee, and you just go in there and you just grab your coffee, and you're so cool because you're grabbing your coffee and you're living in Starbucks. That is not cool anymore. Having coffee is not cool. Smoking is not cool. What's cool now is getting a smoothie or getting a shake and that's what my kids do. They're like, I want to have a smoothie and I want to have a shake. And actually, I'm preparing my own stuff that is like green stuff that nobody likes. Well, my daughter and my son, they are just getting the green stuff. So that's what's becoming cool. They're like, what is this? This looks horrible, but let me try it. If I tried to give them something like green like 5 years ago, they would have been like, are you nuts? I'm not getting anything green. So that's how times are changing, and that's why this is the timing for fusion. I mean, there's no better timing than this. This is the cool thing to do. This is the right thing to do. It is healthy. It is replacing any other thing that are bad for your health with something that is good for your health. And guess what? You're even trendy. So there's no better timing to start a market like the US than now. And then I had another example that I found so much fun when I was coming back from Alumbra. I was thinking about this also, and I go to the airport like the same day. I was like exhausted. I go to the airport like at night. I'm like, I don't want anybody talking to me. I'm really exhausted. I don't want anybody even talking to me about anything. I got to the airport and I found like 10 teenagers laying down there, loud, screaming, and I was like, oh my God, I need to get on a plane with 10 teenagers that are super excited. They were all Americans doing a trip to Ecuador and Peru. So again, on the same path. 5 years ago, I would have said my kids would have gone to Paris on a cool trip. Now kids go to Cusco and to Quito and to other places in Latin America because that's cool. So what else do you need to go out and sell fusion? Like, it's the cool thing to do. If you're from Latin America, everything is from the Amazonia, Brazil, Peru, Ecuador. I mean, it's awesome, it's cool, and it's what's trendy. And the last point, and I know that I'm running out of time, and probably I am already well done my time. The working tools. I just want to say this, coming from the digital world, there are a lot of things that we can improve in the app, but the advantages of just subscribing, associating our team, associating ourselves to Fusion, and we have like these two links, just two simple links. One is our link for us to sell, and the other one is for our office. And having the app that is giving us the capability of just sending samples to clients and then following up on them and then getting the alerts and the reminders. Believe me, I've been seeing other tools and in other LLMs, and definitely we are one step ahead. There are many things to adjust, absolutely, and feel free to contact me or Edwin. We are actually talking to the leadership, and we're going to let them know what can be adjusted in the US. I know there's several things that we need to adjust in the US, but the platform is there. It is very good. It is solid, and all the things that need to be adjusted will be adjusted. But just remember this: we don't manage any stock. We don't manage any shipment. We don't manage any collection. We don't manage any invoicing. Just our clients, we just need to make sure that the product is there. The product is good. That's already a given from the company. The company has a good, is very well backed up. That's another good thing. We just need to be able to get our team, coach our team, and get the product to be known and get the people to try the product. That's it. That's how good Fusion is for us to be sold now. So if there are no questions, I would like to hand it over to Danely. I think we're running out of time. Danely, you there? You ready? So I'm going to introduce you to Danely. Danely is awesome. She's the cutest thing I've ever seen. So I'm so happy that I met her in Alumbra. So Danely is 19 years old. She's a baby. She was born in Orlando. We knew her mother. Now we met her mother is Betsy from Puerto Rico, and her father is from Colombia, and she's been with Fusion only for 5 months. So she's our baby. So we all treat her super nicely, and we love her because she's the cutest thing. So it's up to you, Danely.
Thank you, Andie. Thank you.
Yes, that was just a little bit of what we experienced those 2 days in Alumbra. It was one of the most amazing 2 days in my life so far. I got to learn a lot. We all got to learn a lot from a bunch of amazing people in the industry. And there was one person in particular that catched my eye, and that is Darren Hardy. He's an American business maker. He has books. He has a magazine, and he is a very known person in the US. So I would like to pinpoint most of his topics and how he explained to us how you should actually focus on success. So, why aren't you more successful than you are right now? He asked. Each of you in this meeting are capable of far more than your current results indicate. Now, I bet a lot of you has been successful in many moments of your life, but let's be honest. What are you are capable of much more greater things than your current results show. You are way underperforming your true potential, he said. So basically his story, he came from a very dysfunctional childhood. His parents divorced when he was 18 months. He went off to live with his dad of 23 years, no experience of parenting. His dad remarried to, I quote, he said, a step monster. So you can just imagine she made his life miserable. And he says, it was because of this how I became very successful and a functioning achiever because of my upbringing. A lot of people look at their past as wounds that they need to heal from, when in fact, these are muscles that you develop, that after having gone through that development, you can do extraordinary things that ordinary people can't do. And you know how to build a muscle, right? You basically put intense stress and strength, a lot of stress and strength. And what you're actually doing is you're tearing that muscle fiber and destroying the muscle. When after recovery, it will grow better and even bigger, and you'll be even able to lift a lot of heavier weight that you couldn't possibly lift before. So that was one of the strategies that he gave us. He also said that day, and he covered most of the important topics in one of his books, The Compound Effect, and it's igniting the principles of the compound effect. Here's the deal, he said. There's no magic pill, there's no magic potion or word or secret to success and to start making money. The reality is, the real secret on how to earn success in life comes in 3 easy words. He said, I quote, success is earned by hard freaking work. The process is very sacrificial. It is also very unexciting, sometimes frustrating and defeating. And you would never see that process in movies or in TV shows or in newspapers because it's very unexciting and nobody wants to see that hard work and process being made. So one of the first things that you want to get rid of from your mind and you want to get it out of your system is stop looking for the quick fix. Stop looking for that secret to find success, because wealth does not exist. That secret for wealth does not exist. Success is earned one day at a time. Every day you wake up, you're going to define whether you're going to be successful that day or not. One step at a time, one decision at a time. It's one phone call at a time. You know, that phone call sometimes you don't want to make, or your palms get sweaty and you just say, maybe I'll just do it tomorrow. It's that phone call. It's one meeting at a time. That meeting that you felt too tired to go to, or you just thinking maybe they won't find out if I didn't go, or maybe they'll forget that I didn't go, or maybe I'll just go next time. That is the important decision that will define your success in life. He spoke about how you should rewire your goals and that it all goes down to one word. One thing that will determine the outcome of your life. That one thing is that it all comes down to choices. Right now, your whole life is nothing but accumulated consequence of your choices. Your waistline is nothing but the accumulated consequence of that compound effect of your choices. Your business is nothing but the effects of your day-to-day choices. So if you want to change your life, you need to go to the root of where it all begins. The choices that you might be making today may be invisible. You might not see it today. You may not see the difference tomorrow, or in a week, or in a year, 2 years, 3 years. But if you stretch it out from now to 15, 30 years from now, your result will be drastic, either for better or for worse. So here's a question he asked us all that day. What do successful people and unsuccessful people have in common? Well, they both hate to do what it takes to be successful. For example, would you by choice like to wake up 5 days a week at 5 a.m. in the morning, in the dark, cold morning, to go out and jog? Or would you like to stay in your warm, cozy bed and sleep in? Successful people don't like to do it either, but you know what? They do it anyways. Darren also said, nothing that I agree a lot with. Oh, sorry. Darren said something that I agree with a lot. It is, we are 100% responsible of our life and every turn it takes. And well, yeah, let's say there is some things that happen to us that may not be our fault. Let's say we got into a car accident that wasn't our fault. Let's say you got fired from your job. That really is something that we cannot do much about, but you know what you can do about? Your decision on how you respond to that, that's what's gonna define you. That is your choice, whether what you do after that or not. So you can make a choice sitting on the comfort of your couch, but you know what? You have to get up off that couch in order to make something. So behavior is what follows your choices. 90% of the time, we don't realize our bad behavior are unconscious. We do stuff unconsciously, and it's because we were so used to doing it that way. And he told us that we have to redirect our choices and our decisions. And our choices will follow us along the road. So to have more, you have to become more. Success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. So write down a goal. And instead of asking yourself, what is it that I need to do to achieve that goal? Instead, ask yourself, who is the person I need to become to achieve that goal? He went on and said how you can start small and take one step at a time, as long as you're working towards your goals, and how those steps will show you how you'll be able to exceed your expectations. Will Smith was once asked, how do you get in such great shape for those movie roles? And he said, well, it's easier to stay in shape than to get in shape. So change is your behavior. Change is your ability to achieve seemingly impossible goals. Once you have acted along yourself to accept those changes in your behavior, and you've repeated them long enough to have them become habits, the last thing that you'll need is time. You have to allow time to compound. Lastly, Darren said, the biggest pitfall for success, the thing that trips everybody up, they start this new behavior, the most they don't stick is to consistency. Consistency is key. It does not matter how hard you start, it's how long you last. Ultimately, consistency wins every time. Consistency creates momentum. Once you have created momentum, you become unstoppable. That's the system in the compound effect. To finish off, let's do this exercise and let's say to ourselves, first of all, pretend there's a line. You're going to draw a line in the sand. And he says, repeat after me. I will not go back to the person I was when I woke up this morning. I will make different choices and I will not look back. I will do it or I will die trying. I fell in love with his speech after everything that he had to go through to actually get to Alumbra. It was very inspiring and it was really worth it. So that is all I have to share with you guys today. I really hope you guys took some good information from that. And they actually downloaded his speech on aware.tips. So we will be having all of his speech. It lasts an hour and a half when it has a lot more information. So I really encourage you to go look it up in aware.tips.com. And that's all I have for you guys tonight.
Amazing, amazing. That's a lot of information. That's a lot of good information. Big applause to all of you girls. I'm really honored to hear about everything I just heard. And before we're supposed to have a Q&A session right now, but we just have 2 minutes. So let's do something. We're gonna put this video on YouTube, and also we have our own WhatsApp group and Facebook group. So just if you have any questions, just send it to us directly, and we will be more than happy to answer any questions. Okay. Two things. We're gonna have 2 new products in the United States. The first one is gonna be, the name is Galleon 21st. It's a male line product for the beard, hair, and face. It's really good. I use it already. Actually, I feel more sexy than I am, so that's good. So there you go. There's your marketing speech. It's actually a pretty good product. Hopefully, we'll be in the United States by the end of July or by August. Also, we're gonna have the Luzum. Luzum is the new cosmetic line for FuXion. It's an all vegan cosmetic line. It's amazing. If I start talking about it, I'm gonna be 3 hours talking about all the good properties. There's a serum for the eyes, serum for reconstruction, and hopefully it will be in the United States by the end of July or August. That's same. Before we leave, I just want to say a few words. I just want to say thank you, girls. Thank you, ladies, for your time. Thanks for all the information. I wanna take advantage of the space to say I'm really honored to be here. Really honored to meet Andie at Alumbra, to have some time with Betsy and with Danely. There's there's going to be big things in the United States, okay? When I say that the people who are here online and the people who are working with FuXion in the US are the pioneers, like Andie says, it's not an understatement. It's real. We are the ones who are gonna guide the market in the United States and Puerto Rico. We are going to be the leaders of the market of the FuXion in the United States. So this space, this leadership academy is for you guys. Take advantage of it. Ask for more topics. Don't be shy to say, yeah, I want to learn about this. I want to learn about that. We are people of service, and that's what we learn. That's what we learn in Alumbra. We need to be in the service of everyone. So let's take advantage of everything we have in right now, because this is gonna be huge and we need to be prepared for it. Okay. So before we say goodbye, I'm gonna take a picture. So please just give me just 1 second. Just turn on your camera, look at your camera, just be sexy, and let's take a picture, okay? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Well, thank you everyone being here. So we're gonna finish with a video, and after that, you can just exit the room. Thanks again for your time, and we will see you in about 2 weeks. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Andie, Alessandra, Igor, Edwin.
Alumbra. Oh, I just forgot one more thing. Before we leave, we left already? No, we haven't left. Perfect. We have an Alumbra challenge. In 30 seconds, I'm gonna explain to you. We have 10 weeks to enroll as many people as you can in your team and make them to make as much money as you can. Okay, let me repeat that. You have 10 weeks to enroll as many people in your team, working with you. I'm not talking about preference client. I'm talking preferred customers. I'm talking about, associates. And those associates, you're gonna make them to make as much money as you can, okay? Why is that? Because the top 10 who make this, the top 10 are gonna be chosen to be at the, 5 of them, they're gonna be at the Bahamas bonus trip, and 5 of them, they're gonna be on a all-inclusive hotel. We don't know where it is, but normally it's really nice and a really nice place. So it's gonna be a free trip. So again, that your only and your mission for the next 10 weeks. Okay, you have from week 25th that I closed last week to week 35. You have the opportunity to enroll as much associates and make just load them with money, teach them how to make money as much as they can, okay? It doesn't matter if it's through leadership, it doesn't matter if it's through direct sales, it doesn't matter if it's a balance of both of them, okay? It's not about you, it's about your team, okay? And it needs to be your directs, okay? So as much as you can, as many as you can, right? So that's the rule for the game. Now you have 10 weeks. Go crazy, and hopefully we're gonna see all of you at the Bahamas trip, okay? Now I say goodbye for real. Thank you again. I'll see you next time, and Alessandra just put the video.